Yo guys, we are out here at Glen Helen. Wait, we're out here in the high des. We're testing the 25 Triumph TF450-E. So what makes this bike different from the motocross model? There's a few bolt-on off-road parts that just are a must. A big tank, softer suspension, a 6-speed transmission, something tricky, they actually have a longer swing arm on this motorcycle. 10 mils longer. We got the handguards, we got the ginormous headlight. We're gonna get some few hours on this bike and we'll get back to you with the details. Just tuck and roll. No front brake. Got my brights on. No, I don't. Here we go. Letting everybody know we're coming down. All right, the 2025 TF450E comes in at a price at $10,795. That's actually $200 cheaper than the RC edition. All right, you wouldn't think an off-road model would be $200 cheaper than the motocross version. The RC, it has special mapping, it has a launch control, it has RC's bars, it has the guts, and it has trick graphics. But this off-road bike has plenty of the goodies you need to get out on the trails and track. Surprised that they use Michelin tires. Especially front wheel traction. Back tire braking is a little loose. It's got a Michelin 140/90. Giant of a tire. Great for traction up hills. It's got like a scoop pattern. It's very European looking. Oh! Keep her together. Alright, these are the goodies that this off-road bike has. It's the same as every bike. 18-inch wheel, kickstand, softer suspension, quiet muffler with a spark arrestor, a big tank, a skid plate, and handguards. Let's dive into what makes this bike unique. Alright, starting off what really makes this bike truly unique. This swing arm, completely different from the MX model. It is 10 millimeters longer. Along with that, this is a 1351 gearing. We run a 1350 on our MX, so it's really good to see that. Well, you ask why? Why would you want a longer swing arm? Well, the idea is to get the tire back and put more weight on the front. They want more emphasis to turn on tighter single track with ease. The big difference between this swing arm and the MX swing arm is this thing wants to turn. Like, it doesn't, it just wants to turn. That's plain and simple. Yeah. The MX bike feels like, even though it only has a 4.7 spring in the fork, it like wants to stand up in the corners. This thing turns too good. It's actually slid the forks down. Even though that they did make the big improvement on making the swing arm longer, it put the weight on the forks. This fork is soft. It is a 4.4 Newton-meter spring. That's wild. We ended up going 2 clicks stiffer on this fork to get some comfort and hold up. If you grab this brake or put it under load, these forks really dive. This is the biggest downfall of this motorcycle. Yeah, we're about 1.5 inches from the bottom. That's where we want to be. It's slow so far. Second half of this trail gets a little faster. Fork does dive a bit. I wish I had a pinch more hold up, but it is an off-road bike. It's a true enduro. It's not a cross country like an XCF that KTM makes. This is something they're putting up against like a YZWR, something like that. Headlight bikes. All right, for the other half of the suspension components, this shock, same problem I had with the RC edition. First bump touch, it's really quick. It wants to kick back. So what we did is go 2 clicks in on rebound and slowed it down, got some more comfort, and really gained some confidence in this bike. Old suspension's good, the rock doesn't deflect. Real planted, real nimble in this tight stuff. This shock though is a little bit wild when you get into those whoops. Wants to kick around on you. Let's do a couple points on this engine. This engine is enduro specific. Very different from the MX model. Starting at the front, the head pipe's different. The mid pipe, you'll notice no resonator. On the very far on the inside, the crankshaft, it is huge. It is giant. It is nowhere near what comes in the MX model. It's made to lug. It's made for inertia. It's a really good thing. Trevor Nelson, our camera guy, he really liked this bike. He felt that it held him up. It could lug it through the corners. The camshaft, it is enduro specific. It is made for this model to work in line with the crankshaft and the specific mapping that comes on this bike. Light off. full power, they call it. It gives more torque. You can kind of jump through bumps and little actuate the clutch. Third gear everywhere, lugging through the single track over rocks. It loves it. Light on, soft. It just doesn't have that hit on the bottom. You're not gonna notice a big difference through the middle and top, but it does soften it up. Say you're out on a trail ride and you wanna cruise, you wanna just make it mellow. That's the map to go with.
Well, got caught up in the bush. How's your bike?
Smooth. Yeah, third gear everywhere. I go to second, it gets a little wild.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if I tried to go through some of those whoops in second, the shock got kind of crazy on me, like some side to side and wanted to come back.
Interesting.
I think spring is soft.
Now, what mapping are you using?
I'm going full power.
Okay.
I'm liking full power because you can, you know, kind of,
yeah.
If you need a little actuation in third, pop the clutch, you can jump a hole. Third gear again. Man, I can't talk enough about this brake and the inertia. Maybe we can get Trevor to put a photo up. It is quite a bit larger. Oh, third gear. This bike's got a very different crank. Big heavy crank, so lots of inertia. Inertia allows it to lug really well. All right, as much as we love this engine package for this type of riding, we're out here in the high des and we're running through single track. Another big issue with this bike, it vibrates. I'm shaking right now, still talking about it. You feel it through your hands, you feel it through your feet. You got to figure out something, maybe get some Lux Sound rubber bar mounts. That's not going to solve the foot peg issue, but something to look forward to. One of the things that's not great about this motorcycle though, this thing vibrates a lot. Don't look at Kawasaki where you feel it in the hands. This bike you feel it in your hands and your feet. Well, so honestly, on a trail ride, you don't know if that's ideal. Actually, I'm just gonna say it's not ideal. Your feet will fall asleep. Your feet fall asleep, you'll be good to go. Okay, let's move back to the transmission. This is 6 speeds. We didn't go that fast. We got to 5th gear and that was enough for us. As far as this, it's short. You're grabbing gears a lot. 3rd gear is the best in this bike. It's long, it pulls, it lugs. That's the best part of the transmission. But once you get up the 2nd to 4th, 5th, and 6th, they're really quick. You find yourself shifting a lot. The transmission, it is a 6-speed. But like we've said on the standard motocross model, this thing is hard to shift. It's just rough. Can you get over it? Yeah. Is it like super ideal? No. See, fork is soft right there. Bike wanted the knife. Pushing this soft stuff. As for some of the other fine-tuning things of this motorcycle, every chassis that Triumph makes is hand TIG welded. That is wild to me. When I'm not doing MXA stuff, I work in a metal fabrication shop. I could not imagine welding every one of these frames. If you do break something on this bike, Triumph offers a 24/7 parts accessory page on their website, so visit that if you have any problems. They'll get it to you in 2 days. And then as far as an overall feeling of this motorcycle, we gotta be honest, this is an enduro specific bike. This is not going to compete against your KTM XCFs. It's not a cross country. This is more along the lines of like a YZWR. Don't expect it to go out and race it and do well. The engine's super great and strong, but the suspension is just not going to keep up for the high speed stuff that could be offered. We really enjoyed it. You know, we say we enjoy a lot of bikes. There is some flaws to this, but when we were out here in the trails, I could see myself owning this. I live in Big Bear. I'd love just cruising out of the house. Hey, it looks like a dual sport. Headlight, tail light. It's even got a blinker switch. If you're in the right state, you can plate this bike. So if you're a guy who likes to trail ride, maybe dabble in some SRAs, some GPs, this could be your bike. All right, guys, and thanks for staying tuned into this off-road edition of this video. Stay until the end, sticking with me. As far as us, we don't have much on the docket, but check out our Instagram, check out our YouTube. If you have any further questions, please hit me up on Instagram. You can find me. And you know what? See you guys in the next one. Insert wheelie out clip.